Good morning. How's everybody? How's everything going, huh? Just do a quick check on sound settings. Make sure everything's working. Headset's working. Micro. Okay, we're all set. Sorry. I'm looking at CNN right now, and here's an article. Biden set to jump back into the political fray. Now, there is a mistake if I ever saw one, because all he's going to do is give Trump somebody to target. He doesn't really care about anything. So, I mean, he's okay. He's a nice guy, but I don't think that he knows any more about what's going on with tariffs than Trump does. So it's not. The one thing we all agree on is it's not good for the American economy, but that's good thing came out. Harvard rejected Trump's demands, and they withdrew $2 billion in funding from the school. Got to be careful, because more than half the lawyers in the country, good lawyers in the country, go to Harvard or one of the other schools out west. Trump is telling everybody that the Zai's tour of Southeast Asia is a chance to screw the U.S. Well, why not? We've been trying to screw them. Look, unless they start messing with missiles and stuff like that, or they go after Taiwan, I have absolutely no problem with whatever they do. I buy a lot of products made in China, and so does everybody else here. And the reason why, I tell you why I started buying I won't buy American cars anymore, used or otherwise. I had a Chevy, and an old Chevy, and you close the door on it and sound like you were closing a coffee can, and all of a sudden, I read stories about they were having problems because Japanese manufacturers were better at it, So, okay, so my niece gives me her Ultima. It's a 2000, I don't know, 1 or something like that back then. It was my first 2000 car. And I also bought a Kia after that, but that Kia got destroyed in a car accident, and that was my favorite little car. They don't make that. That was like a 2011 or 2002 or something like that. Like a Jeep. It was cool. It was a great car. But anyhow, you close the doors on them things, and they're solid. It's just solid, They're better. They were better made. That's why I started buying foreign cars. That's why I don't buy American cars. I got to pay more money for American cars. But, well, not about now. They're about the same, I guess. But I had to pay more money for American car that wasn't any better than what I was riding in. My Ultima that my niece gave to me ended up with 260,000 miles on it. But when I got it, and when I rode in it, when it was brand new, when it was my niece's and everything like that, it rode better than a Cadillac. And she said the same thing. I don't buy American cars because they're not made well. It's got nothing to do with the price. It's like if I go out to dinner, I tell my wife the same thing all the time. I say, we go out to dinner, I say, I don't care how much I have to spend on food for dinner. As if it's not any good, I'm never coming back, and I'm going to trash this place. But if it's good, I don't mind paying for it. If the food and the service are good, I don't mind going out and paying for it once in a while. But I hate paying for average or bad food. And the same thing with cars. I hate paying for average or bad, I use, I'm trying to figure what this computer is doesn't say. I forget. It's not HP, I don't think. Although I've had HP in the past. This is probably HP, Hewlett Packard, my computer. I know my laptop over there is Hewlett Packard, but Leninov, nobody wants to buy it because it's Russian, is actually IBM's computer line, home computer line that Leninov bought from IBM. So they're good computers. They're very, very good computers. They're a little expensive, but they're very, very good computers. But my niece works for IBM, and she uses Apple computers. They're okay, but they're overpriced. You know, unless you're into a great deal of photography, they're an unbelievable computer for photoshopping and stuff like that. But they're not that different than any other. If you're just doing data and data storage, and you're writing problem-solving stuff, and they're just as the same as anybody else's. You know, and that's just my opinion. Now you want to go out and say that, well, AI is the future. AI scares the shit out of me, and I'm probably paranoid, and I don't want to get into it. I'll do a whole day on that sometime, but not right now. So now as we let's see if we can continue along here. What else was going on? And now Europe is going to start hitting with retaliatory tariffs. I heard toilet paper and some other stuff this morning. So things are going to start getting expensive. I think China's added toilet paper to what they're putting tariffs on. I just, you know, China has stuff we need. So, wow. I have to get back to where I was. Here we go. China has especially rare earths. Wow. Can't say that. I think my teeth are keeping me from pronouncing things effectively, even in that. Let's see. Where else? I'm reading real fast through this stuff. And Iran talks, envoy over there doing the nuclear talks, stresses verification of nuclear program omits demand for dismemberment, because they're not going to do it. Dismantlement, rather. They're not going to do it. Wow. It's luxury. IBM yesterday is still the world's biggest, most valuable company. Not IBM, Apple. Which surprises me, because they jerk you around with the phones, you know. Oh, we got to have a new phone. Why? That's the premise. They say you have to have new phones every year or every 2 years. Why? What's so special about it? What are you going to be able to do faster? No, it's just that they've got you conditioned to that, and that's just gross stupidity. You know, it's like you had to get a new car every 2 years. If you maintained your car, the only difference would be style. You know, it would still ride good. Everything would be better. You know. Let's see. The World Cup is going to in 2030 is going to go to 64 teams. That's a mistake, but you know. They're all trying to do that. And the article on how Doge or Dodge or whatever you want to call them took a hostile takeover of the IRS and secured data sharing deal with ICE. Yeah, if you're if you worry about what the government knows about you, this is a bad time to be around. Let me tell you. They know everything about you, and actually, I don't care. You know, I'm not happy with it. I'm not going to, throw bottles at windows or something like that because of that. I just try not to deal with things in the United States anymore, that's all. There's a website I have to check out how it's going to, if I can get out, how everything's going to go with me and whatnot, because I want to know if I can do dual citizenship, because then he can't screw with me. Oh, Vance dropped the college football championship trophy. Well, he's a moron. He had tried watching me. Butterfingers had trouble picking it up too. What an idiot. You know, there's things you just don't do if you're a politician, and this is, Oh, let's see. You don't want to read that. That's all goofy stuff. Let's go to politics. Now, one of the things that I noticed first thing this morning was everybody said the stocks were going up, and I looked at Tesla, and I look at two stocks every day, Tesla and Trump, because I want to see both of them fail. And that's just the way it is. I'm sorry. If that, fractures people's minds, say, oh, you're screwed, you want the economy, I don't really care. I just don't want those two people to make any money while, screwing, while they're taking everybody else's money. You know what I mean? Okay, that takes care of that. So that was one of the things I couldn't understand. They were going down. Tesla and Trump's media corporation stocks were dropping, and everybody else's was going up. So I guess there's still a great deal of hatred for those people out there, and people aren't going to get over it real fast, which is what everybody, on the Trump side. Trump's got to do something now to make the stocks skyrocket again so these people can make some money, because just the everyday stock market game is really tough. Day traders make a lot of money, but the problem with day traders is it's like gambling, You're gonna lose sooner or later. You can't. It's very difficult to be perfect. You know what I mean? So you have to adjust for that. You have to You can't keep doubling down and investing and reinvesting the same amount of money. You have to pull money out. And when you do that in the stock market, you get taxed on that. There's a tax that you have to pay. Capital gains tax, I think it's called. So that's why they keep investing in it, until they get ready to retire, and they keep moving the stock around, moving some money around inside the stock, and that's eventually going to cause you to lose. That's why there's not millions of millionaires and billionaires doing day trading. Elon Musk has a bunch of people that work for him that are day traders, hackers and day traders. He's always looking for an edge, not always an honest edge. Trump is definitely not looking for an honest edge in anything. He's always looking for a way to screw somebody or get an edge that's not necessarily legal. Yeah. If, and don't get excited when I say if, because it's if and when he gets thrown out of office, he's going to face some very serious consequences over this kid that he's left in a Salvadorian prison. Everybody say, well, let's throw him in. Nah, I want him to go for treason, and I want him to sit on death row in America, So he can see what people think of him. And he can sit there and pray that somebody's going to, break him out of jail, or he's going to get, pardoned by some president. I think that's not going to happen. I really don't think if he goes to jail, anybody's going to, bail him out or pardon him. All right. Another mean guy, and unfortunately his health is what's bothering him. He's getting even with him right now. Is Mitch McConnell. Nobody likes him anymore. That's the way it goes in this political hemisphere, They like you one minute, they hate you the next. Okay, that's... Anybody saying anything good on Facebook here? Yeah, this is what I do. all day long I'm doing this, and now I'm doing it while I'm talking to you, because I really, before I came on the air this morning, I was busy with cleaning my dog's beds and everything, because we've had some sort of insect infection and she goes nuts, so I was vacuuming the hell out of him. I have a couple of friends that have this attitude that they don't really care what's going on, and unfortunately their families or they have made a lot of money, have made money, and they're part of a somewhat of a, it's as one of my friends put it, it's over. The question is, how do we live in a dictatorship? I'm not living in a dictatorship. You people gotta cut the bullshit out. Stop. Here we go. I gotta type in something here. Stop with the oops. In case you're wondering, I'm the world's worst typist. So fight back if I whoops. And I have very awkward hands when it comes to typing, so I'm glad you waited for that. Thank you very much. I also have a series, not a very really good keyboard. It's got a lot of sticky keys. So period. See how long it took? That's 6 words. It took me this long to type them. Okay, done. Thank you. I'm sorry about that, but you know how I get sometimes. Okay, we're way over our 15 minutes this morning with the bullshit. So listen, subscribe, please, to the Ramblings of an Old Man. You know, help keep me a little young. Subscribe, like, and really comment. That would really, I'd really like to see what you think of me. Or maybe I wouldn't, but I don't care. All right, one way or the other. All right. So in the meantime, everybody, take care. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.